Hey guys, so I wanted to do a video where I talk about my reading goals for 2025 and then get into my TBR for 2025. That is a list of books that I would like to read coming up this year. That is based on my own interests, but also what I've heard from a lot of the BookTube community. But I'm also looking for a lot more book recommendations because if I find a book that I don't like, I don't finish it. I don't feel the need to finish it. It's not like having a plate of food, and if I don't like it, I don't finish it. I feel wasteful when I do that. If it's a book, I don't feel wasteful if I read part of it, don't like it, and don't pick it up. Unless I spent money on it, then I might be a little more likely to try to finish it. But ultimately, I don't feel that way about books. So if I come across something on this list that I have that I don't enjoy, I'm going to put it down and not pick it back up. So I need extra books on this list if I'm going to reach my goal, which my goal for this year is 25 books in 2025. 25 books. You know what I'm saying? 25. But last year, if you've seen my previous videos, I think I read just under 10 books. Incrementally each year, I've been reading more and more, and last year was the most I've read, but lately I have been completely addicted to reading, and it has become a great passion of mine, and it goes along with my passion for writing and creating, which I'm working on a fictional novel. I need to read more to help me write better. So my plan is this year to read as much as I possibly can. But I'm also banking on the fact that when the weather gets nice, I will end up slowing down. It is winter right now in Wisconsin. In a small town, not a lot to do. My hobbies don't really exist outside during the winter. I don't like the snow. I don't like the cold. Activities that you can do outside, I don't really like them in the winter. My town doesn't have a lot to do, so reading is probably one of the biggest things that you can do. I like sitting down by the fire and reading. I have a wood stove in my house. It's awesome. I sit down with a snack, a drink, and read when I can. I think that reading goal is very achievable, and already this year, I have read 3 books, and we're not even to day 10. The first book in the Warhammer Horus Heresy series, I read that book in 2024. The second book, I started in 2024, finished in 2025, so I'm counting it towards 2025. But then the third book in that series I finished, and now I'm almost done with the fourth book, which will be 3, and then I plan on reading the 5th book. From there, I don't know which direction I'm going to go. It depends on what my library has, because some of these books, I don't know if I'm going to love them, so I'd rather get them for free from my library and try them before I try to buy them. The budget for books right now, I'm waiting to make sure that we get through our bill cycle this month before we get into it. That's a little too much information for you, but that way you know. But I do plan on doing book hauls when the weather gets nice. We have an insanely massive bookstore in an old tobacco factory near my town, but it's only open in the summer because it doesn't have indoor heat. So you have to wait for the weather to get nice to go and do that. I'm so excited, and I'll be doing videos when I do that. Ride my motorcycle up there, go buy some awesome books, and show them to you guys, as well as show you the place. It's amazing. But to get to my TBR after my goal of 25 books this year, like I said, in no particular order, depends on availability at the library. Brandon Sanderson is number 1 on that list, though, as far as ranking and importance. I have heard so much about him. I know so many people that love him. I don't know the first thing about what he's written. I know there's the Cosmere. I know Way of Kings is the first book in the Stormlight. Is it saga series? Whatever. Then I know there's also Mistborn, but I don't know if that's separate. I also know there's the Emerald Sea, maybe. I could be wrong on that. But I've been trying to avoid any information about his books because I want to try to read them. I've heard he is one of the best out there. I've also seen some people that aren't as hyped on him, and one that even called him overrated, which I feel like that person's just trying to be the opposite of everybody else. The point is that I need to read him because apparently he is an incredible writer and his series is amazing. So I plan on checking him out after the Warhammer series that I'm reading. Not the entire Horus Heresy. For those that don't know, Horus Heresy, the series is 52 books long. I'm reading the first 5, stopping, and then I'm going to see if Brandon Sanderson is available at my library. Next on my TBR, though, is the C.S. Lewis sci-fi books. He obviously wrote Chronicles of Narnia. Many people know it. I never really got fully into all the different books in the Chronicles of Narnia, but I've heard his sci-fi series is exceptional, and I love sci-fi. It's not my favorite genre, but it is up there for me. And my sister, who has read it, said she liked it more than the Chronicles of Narnia. I have a good friend right now who's reading it, who absolutely loves it. I think it's called Silent Planet or something like that. I could be wrong. Need to do a little more research, but I plan on reading that. And I feel very safe reading C.S. Lewis. There's not going to be anything in it where I necessarily feel uncomfortable or like I don't want to continue reading it. Next on the list is a middle grade book series, but I love it. Okay, I've seen part of the show that was made after it, and I've wanted nothing more than to read the book. It's the Wing Feather Saga. The fourth book in the series apparently is absolutely incredible, or is it the third book? I'm not sure, but I've been wanting to read these. I don't mind middle grade, depending on what it is, like Ranger's Apprentice. I've read a few of those books. They're really good, but this is the one that I want to jump into this year because I've heard that it's absolutely incredible, and I look forward to reading it. Next on the list, there's two that I'm very unaware of, even more than the Brandon Sanderson ones. I haven't heard of these ones as much, but what I have heard sounds very interesting to me. First Law series by Joanne Abercrombie sounds very intriguing to me, and I want to jump into it, as well as Wrath by John Gwynne. That I think it's a series. It sounded super interesting. It's on my TBR. But guys, I need more on this list, like I said, because if I start one of these series and it falls off, I'm trying to get to 25 books. I want to add more to this list because I think at this rate, I mean, we're 10 days into the new year and I'm already at 4 books. So that's 21 books left to reach my goal. I'm feeling good about it right now. I'm hoping that it continues. Obviously, the Brandon Sanderson books are like 1,000 pages, which who knows how long those will take me to read. Especially now, my reading will slow down. I mean, the holidays are over. My daughters are healthy again. They were sick for a while, so then they would nap a lot, left me a lot of time to read. I want to read more. I need more on this list. I like fantasy. I think with how much I love Warhammer, I really like Dark Grim. So if you have Dark Grim recommendations, please put those in the comments down below. But that's going to be it for my 2025 reading goals, as well as my TBR so far, my early TBR of 2025. Hopefully get through some of these books in the first half of the year before the weather turns nice. And we'll kind of see where we go from there. But I need more recommendations. So please, by all means, put some recommendations in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, guys.